Good morning, good morning. It is Thursday, October 1st, the first day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'm sleepy, y'all. The weather in Charlotte here is great. Not too hot, not too cool. I'm enjoying it actually because I don't like burning up, but it is what it is. It's God's way. What I got to tell y'all today. We're going to talk about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I ain't even introduced myself. That's how tired I am, y'all. I'm sorry. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Deja, Jackie, whatever y'all call me. And today we're going to talk about Breast Cancer Awareness Month and why Breast Cancer Awareness Month was created. I'm going to talk about that first. Then I'm going to talk to y'all about some of the foods that prevent cancer, can help you, prevent it. If it's eaten on the daily basis, some people think, okay, I'll eat this sometime and it'll help. We as humans have to detox every single day. And the reason why we have to detox every single day is because we eat food every single day. And it takes time for our bodies to break down that food and go through our bodies. So this is why we detox every single day, not every week, every month. It has to be done every single day. And I will explain to y'all how and why. For all those that know, some of y'all do know and some of y'all don't know. And I've been talking about my mom a lot lately. My mom had cancer before she passed away. It wasn't breast cancer, but it was cancer. And I take cancer very serious because I had 5 family members within the last 10 years. No, not 10. I'm sorry. 2 in the last 10. And within the last 20, 3. Okay, so it's a big thing for me, And I watched my aunt, which I speak about a lot as well. She was actually my second cousin, but I called her my aunt because she was much, much older than me. She suffered the most, and I suffered right along with her throughout that battle. So I take it very serious. I normally go and get my breasts checked every single year. I skipped this year due to COVID, and I'm going to tell y'all the reason why, I keep hearing these commercials. Oh, come on to the doctor, blah, 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 blah. If you look at the stats, okay, and if you know any nurses, okay, during the COVID, majority of the nurses caught the COVID more than the doctors, okay, because they had on-hand contact with these people on a regular basis. So, even though I'm dealing with a technician when I go to get my breast checked, they are still dealing with people on the regular basis, contact. They have no other choice but to touch you, okay, whether they use a glove or not. And then they're touching pen, the machine, they're doing all of these things, and being that COVID, they really didn't know how long it lived in the air, how long it lived on surfaces. And you can't tell me that every time the person comes back and forth to maneuver my breast in this machine, that they're going to be sanitizing every single time. So I felt like 1 year of me not going on time, because I've been getting my breast exam for, let me see, I think over maybe 8 to 10 years. Because Maryland, they also take it very seriously. That's one of the biggest states that take cancer very, very seriously. And when they found out that I had family members that passed away from it, they spot on, look, you have to get checked every year. And I was always down there getting checked. And when I moved here to Charlotte, immediately I went to, start getting my checks here. And I've been thankful and blessed that all of my tests came back with nothing. I'm so thankful. With that being said, that's the reason why I personally did not go and get checked, okay, this year. But I am big on going to get my physicals for everything, okay? My breasts, my down there, my regular physical, get my blood work. I'm big on that. But this year I pulled back, due to our COVID situation, and hopefully I can get right back in the swing of things. Hopefully the beginning of 2021, which would take things off my schedule because I like to go in the summertime. However, it is what it is. You just got to go. But I didn't feel like waiting 6-8 months later is going to harm me. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The reason why Breast Cancer Awareness Month was created, okay, and these is for those that don't know, they just joined in because it was a movement, okay. A lot of people were getting cancer back in 1980, I believe. 1980. That's when a lot of people were starting to get diagnosed. The 80s, the 90s, and then now in the 2000s. But in the 2000s, there were a lot of cancer survivors because they had gained enough money to continue to do research to help cure or prolong. Okay, I don't want to say cure because they haven't gotten to the cure point yet, okay? But they can prolong life, okay, with different treatments, and then there wasn't enough funding to give some of the people the treatments that they needed to have, in order to fight off this disease. In the new millennium, we honored that, we constantly honored that. This has been going on for years and years and years. You know how long it took October to become Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now, let me go back to, and the other reason why they created this is because back in the 1980s, they didn't have it where they can just go in and remove a portion of the body to get rid of it, and a lot of women lost their breasts. Okay, and by losing their breasts, you lose your identity, and people didn't deal with it good mentally. I got breast cancer. That means I'm going to lose my breasts. Now I'm going to be like a man, the same with a woman when they get, what is it called? When they clean your body out, just take everything out. I forget the name, y'all. But you lose a part of you as a woman. So they started working on trying to find a way to support these women. Okay. And of course, this is where we landed years and years and years later with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now women are starting to survive it just with chemo. Okay. They're not losing their breasts. So they're grateful. We're grateful, that everyone can still have, even though they're going through this trauma, they can still keep their breasts, because that was the easiest thing back in 1980, 90, in the early 2000s when they didn't know how to get a hold of this thing. So it was just like, cut it off, get rid of it. It's out your body. You know what I mean? But now they're able to save body parts, okay, because they have these different medications that help you, They were also big on the radiation back in the day. The radiation was the biggest thing back then. When my aunt had it, not the one that I was telling y'all about that went through a real bad experience, but my other aunt, she had it, and she wound up losing a lung, and she did go through radiation as well. And it was terrible for us, it was like heartbreaking to see, her go through what she went through. My uncle, he had radiation, but he didn't get through it well. He wound up dying faster than we expected. Now my aunt that I was telling you about, she had bone cancer. So her cancer was pretty much terminal at the time. Now, as of right now, I have a cousin an aunt that has bone marrow cancer. and she's surviving it. It's hard for her, but she is surviving it, and I'm praying every day that she does survive it, because I don't want to lose another one, especially to that disease. Um, Shout out to, I don't want to tell you her name, but I love her dearly. And if she's watching this post, I love you. So, it's live. Other than that, this is pretty much why they designed this for the women, breast cancer. There's a lot of us that take this month and just dedicate it to all the cancer victims that's been out there. Not only just the breast cancer, any cancer, because it's the same disease moving through the body. So we just recognize that as a whole, and if you're one that had family members that died from cancer, or know people, I would suggest you join in with us and watch the, we have a lot of people that do a lot of stand-up talks and talk about their experience with it. Just pay a little bit more attention so you can help yourself and learn the knowledge of what you need to do to try to beat this thing. Because in the new millennium, we're fighting to try to beat this thing. We don't want to be survivors. We don't even want to get it anymore. Okay, that's where we're at right now. Okay, because it's taking just too long to find a cure. It's been over 30 years, and maybe longer. Okay, to find a cure for this thing. So when you can't find a cure for something just that long, it's time to go to preventable options. Okay, and this is why now we're going into preventable options versus saying, I'm not going to take care of my body. If I get cancer, I get it. I may survive it. I may not. We don't want to live like that. We want to live where we never get it and have to experience taking chemo. I heard that chemo, and just by watching, okay, because my mom was on it and my aunt did both, okay, the one that had the bone cancer and she had brain cancer. She had both chemo and radiation, okay, and it tore her up, okay, big time, And like I said, now they're doing more of the chemo, and the chemo, I was told, makes you very sick. I know it made my people very sick. And I'm hearing from other people, it makes you very sick. So who wants to go through that process, okay? And with me watching my family members go through so much, it was hands-on for me. So it's like, okay, I don't want to go through that, And when it runs in your family, that means you have the antibodies in your body, okay? So if you have family members that pass away from it, you have the antibodies, okay? So that's why, not the antibodies, I meant to say the disease in your bloodstream, okay? That's why we want to detox and eat preventable foods daily, okay? Every single day. It's not a day that goes by that you cannot detox your body. Not one day. Everybody was big on this detox. Oh, this 30-day detox. You have to detox 365 days of the year. Okay? It's not you detox this month and then you go 3-4 months and then detox again. No, it does not work that way. So y'all get that out of your head. Detoxing means getting all the bacteria out of our bodies, okay? And you must do that daily, because as long as they sit, the quicker they'll grow. Okay, so you don't want them to grow to where they're strong enough to form a base in your body, okay, and start growing. You want to get them out of your body ASAP. Being that I have families that has the disease in their system, and they have this test also. One of my bosses was working with a medical company that was giving the test out to see if you had and I was right, I think I was right, the antibodies in your body, okay, and which means you may not get cancer, but it can possibly happen, and it can grow in your body. So that test is out there as well, people. So y'all ask the doctor for it. They won't give it to you unless you ask for it. So I'm letting y'all know you have to ask for it, that you want to find out if you have those cancer cells in your body. Okay? The foods. Okay, we want to talk about the foods. The foods are simple, quiet as kept. The foods that help us detox our blood every single day, it's simple. You just have to apply it, people. We want to eat these hamburgers and all this bad food that's for us. It tastes good, but it can actually kill you, especially by sitting in your body day after day after day. And we call that slow suicide. Most suicide people, they kill themselves right away. We call that slow suicide because you're eating something, stuff is growing in your body, and eventually it's going to take over. So, for the most part, this is why you have to detox every day. We can't get away from not eating some of the bad foods. We just can't get away from it. Okay? So, we eat healthy every single day, and then that way, and detox, and then that way we can find that balance, okay? Now I want to get into some of the foods that help you not only detox, but has preventable meds in it to prevent cancer cells growing, okay? So, of course, my favorite, spinach, that's one. We have turmeric. Everybody knows turmeric, and a lot of people learned it throughout this COVID thing. Turmeric helps beat inflammation. So it's very good for everything, okay? Turmeric is in curry powder. You could buy turmeric straight up, the powder to put in your food. It does discolor your food, but you really can't taste it, and it does help, okay? I tell you, I no lie. I get inflammation a lot due to my allergies and my sinuses. And when I take that turmeric, I notice the difference, okay? And I take turmeric sometimes twice a day because I'll put it in my food, and I'll also drink vinegar with turmeric. So I drink apple cider vinegar every single day, okay? If I don't drink apple cider vinegar that particular day, I'm going to detox with lemons and limes, okay? And these are the things that we have to do. I'm going to run down some of the foods. Avocado, olive oil. I said the turmeric, tomatoes, onions. I never tried the watercress, people. They say the watercress is good for cancer prevention. Green tea. Everybody knows that green tea is one of my favorites. People used to laugh at me and my son in Maryland because we used to drink green tea so much. We would pull it off the shelf, all of them, and take them home. Salmon. Salmon is one of my favorites. I buy salmon every single month. Now I'm getting to the point where I'm buying big slabs of it. Okay, and I laugh. I cut it up and put it in my freezer, but I used to go and get 2 little slabs. And that's it, 2 little small slabs. Now I'm buying a half of a fish, I love it. Plus it's healthy for me, and it not only helped with the cancer, but it's heart healthy. It keeps you having good, nice looking skin. It does so much for you, that salmon. So salmon, everybody call it something different. I'm from New York, so I'm, salmon. Yeah, salmon is really good. Nuts, people, nuts, whether y'all believe it or not, and some of us are allergic to nuts. I feel like I'm allergic to a few, but not all. I love cashews. I love peanuts. And these are things, walnuts. And walnuts is good for guys that have infertility issues. So, one day I'll get into all of that about each and every thing that some foods help us with. But today we're talking about the cancer. Meat, people. Meat is something we really need to get rid of. Meat, I believe, is our main factor of why a lot of us, some of us do catch the cancer, and there's no meat that has been proven to help prevent it. Okay, so I'm not saying it gives it to us, but it can be a negative impact on the body. Okay, so I will say that. But you can do your own research on what foods to eat to help prevent it. Like I'm big on mangoes. Mangoes is one of the biggest when it comes to fighting cancer cells. Berries. One of my big ones is acai. I love acai. I see now that they have brought it to America and it's everywhere. I used to order my acai from overseas, okay, back when I was living in Maryland. Okay, it would come in a package from overseas for me to drink on a daily basis, but now it's everywhere. So, that shows you how things are being used and proven that it works. Okay. And I used to use the acai for my joints. My joints used to hurt so bad. I used to run every day, so it would get my joints aching. I would have the inflammation. So I would take a shot of acai every day, the juice, And now they have it where we can put it in our smoothies for those that eat smoothies. So it's a wonderful thing that as time went on, then now they have made it available for everybody. So we know it's a good thing, Y'all know that during this month, we go out and we support a lot of the businesses that donate to the cancer, breast cancer. That's why we support that. What is that? That ribbon, that pink ribbon. So when you're out, look and see what organization you're supporting when you purchase your products. You go out and you say, okay, well, I'm supporting this organization. They have this, I have socks, scarves, my scrubs. I have so much stuff. I want to actually get a jacket if I can get a jacket because in October it gets so cool. So one day I hope somebody design a breast cancer awareness jacket for October so I can have that. But if they don't, it's okay because we still wear that pink. Y'all know I represent pink all the way. I wear pink all year round because that's one of my favorite colors besides red. However, y'all can do the same thing too. Okay? And support. Because it's a big thing. It's a lot. It's not, I'm going to say, if you line 10 people up, 8 of them had family members that died with cancer. Okay? So, y'all think about it when y'all supporting the cancer. Think about it when you're eating your food. Think about it when you're going to get testing. This is something that we can't escape, people, because there's no cure. And this will continue to move on. Now, I wanted to talk about how we talk about the women in breast cancer. Okay. And we talked about the children, and they made that for September. Okay. The gold for the children. The pink for the women. Now, last year, I kept saying, well, why the men ain't got one? And I found the blue ribbon, okay? But we have to come together and do this. How long is it going to take? I don't know, because it took, for October to be Breast Cancer Awareness Month, took many, many years, because it didn't exist when I was a child, okay? So it took many, many years to get to this point. So I know that it's going to take many years to do for the men. But I do feel like we should put something out there for the men and choose a month and say, hey, this is for all the men survivors or the men that didn't survive, okay? Because we just lost one, if y'all remember, our actor. What is his name? I've been forgetting, y'all. All these people's names. There's so many names and names. Oh, Lord, I can't even remember his name. But y'all know he just passed away. from colon cancer, if I'm not mistaken. And he deserves that blue ribbon because he went through that process. You know what I mean? And I feel like we should come together on that. Somebody out there, y'all need to start it and give the men the same love that we give these women, because there's a lot of men that I've known that passed away from cancer as well. I had a couple of people in Maryland, that had it. A guy friend of ours, he had stomach cancer. Shout out to him. And he went through that process, and it was bad watching him go through that process. I didn't physically see him like in the hospital process, like I saw my family members, but just seeing him go down day after day, and him being my age, so it takes toll when you see people your age and they are really, really sick, and then we had another family member that passed away from stomach cancer. So we watch these process, and it just hurts to see the process. It hurts really bad. So y'all start taking care of yourselves. That's the biggest thing. Start eating healthy. Work out. Detox. Don't be scared to sweat all that bad bacteria and toxins out your body. Just put it right back in. It's simple, people. And I thank God that I've been taught the way to go, so that way I can try and beat this thing, because y'all see how much is in my family. So I'm trying. Okay. Am I going to be successful with it? I don't know. But I'm trying, okay, to beat this thing. And this is what we have to do so we can see these numbers disappear, just like with the COVID. You know what I mean? We want to see these numbers go down. We don't want to hear our family members coming, I got something bad to tell you, I got cancer. It's over for me, But more and more people are starting to beat it. So we have to do what's right so we can beat this thing. And we have to all do it together. Now, I wanted to talk about these... this has nothing to do with it does have to do with the cancer, but it's to prevent some of these things. I don't know if some of y'all know Yandy. I was talking about Yandy the other day. She has hooked up with a company that has organic pads, okay? And a lot of us women use pads. And I've been looking into these pads because I am allergic to a lot of things. And my body knows ASAP, okay, when something is not right. So I've been looking and doing studies on these organic pads. But I was just waiting to find somebody. I always wait, until I hear somebody unuse them and they like them. So she has hooked up with this company, and I don't know the name of the company. Y'all can go to her page and check out these organic pads. They also sell the organic pads at Target. And now that it's getting bigger, because, I used to walk past and look at it and say, should I not? Should I not? Because we have this thing where they throw something at us. We all run out and go buy it because it's the new. And 10 years down the line, that new is killing us. So, and I've learned that in my days, because I was that one. I had to always have the new, be the first to have the new. Now I let somebody else get the new, and then I'll think about it after that. Not saying that I, want anything to happen to them, but I don't want nothing to happen to me either. So I let other people get the new, see how they like it, see how it's working for them, and then I might try it. So now that Yandy has bought them, I want to see her outcome, and because she should let us know whether it was a bad experience or a good experience, and then I might follow suit. My mom had taught me ways of getting away from the bacteria of the way the pads and stuff were made. So I was thankful for that. So that's how I wasn't affected. Now, only thing that I don't feel for, they was given some type of dissolving pill to detox their vagina. And I had to bring it to Yandy's attention that I wouldn't trust that just yet if the FDA didn't approve it. And sometimes the FDA approves something, it'll still hurt you. I've been one, and I'm going to tell y'all this story about me and my friend, Candy. We were young, and we always wanted to stay fresh because we would go out to the club. So we would go to the store, and we would buy all of these vagina fresheners. And they had the sprays, they had the suppositories, all this stuff to make you smell like roses. Okay? And this is what we did, and people were like, what y'all going shopping for? We going shopping for our feminine products. It was a big thing. We was like 17. And we thought we was grown women. What we were because we had kids, but we had to keep it clean. So we would go and we would do our feminine shopping. It is what it is, and we would try different things. However, being that I was allergic to a lot of stuff and I wasn't paying attention to that, I just wanted to be up on this new thing that they had, and we wanted to be fresh. We wanted to make sure we were fresh no matter where we went. I used it. And guess what? I had a bad experience behind it. Okay. And when I went to the doctor, I had an African doctor. I'll never forget him. Bronx Lebanon Hospital. Shout out to him wherever he may be today. And I told him what happened and what I did. And, and he was like, He said, that's the problem now. Y'all keep picking up all this stuff in the stores and using this stuff. You don't know what's in this stuff. Ain't nothing supposed to go up there but a penis. And this is what he said to me. Okay. I said, well, they got us douching. He said, If you want to douche, he says, you get in the tub, you pour some vinegar in the water, and you open your legs and you breathe in and out. He said, that's the way you douche. You don't stick nothing up there but a penis. That's what he told me. He was straight frank with me. And I'm looking at him like, and I'm young, y'all. I'm like, okay. He said, and you have to eat right. I was like, okay. The things that you eat will cause your body to have different smells. Okay. This is why we detox every single day. Okay. Just like, my grandmother used to always tell me, oh, it's your menstrual time. Don't eat any fish around this time. And I used to say, why? They always just tell you stuff. They would never give you an answer. But when I looked it up, okay, certain fishes actually can get into your skin, okay, and you can smell it through, like cod, okay? Cod is one of them. You can smell it through your skin, okay? The same way with garlic, garlic, like I had ate me some fresh garlic the other day. Normally I eat just garlic powder, and I ate fresh garlic. I don't know what I was making, but I had to put some fresh garlic. I just wanted some fresh garlic. My skin smelled like garlic all day long. My daughter kept saying, Mommy, get away from me. You stink. You smell like that garlic. And I was like, I do. That's how it works in the body, people. So even though garlic is a good thing for us, but you don't want to walk around smelling like it. But this is what foods do to your body. Certain foods. You know what I mean? It can come through your skin. So this is why we have to detox every single day, to get all of that bad bacteria out of our bodies. It sits, but you don't physically have to put anything up there, to get all that bad bacteria. You eat the foods that's going to cleanse your body anyway. That's the way it's done. And we've been working on that as a whole for the last, I would say maybe, well, for me, it was about 20 something years because, no longer than that, because I told y'all what my doctor had said. And then when I had met a Jamaican woman, when I used to do home health care, she introduced me to Dettol. I talk about Dettol in my song called Pop Your Pum Pum. Y'all can hear that anywhere. I say I'm Dettol clean, okay? Because Dettol, it's a type of soap, okay? But it kills. It's like an antibacterial soap. So anything that gets on the surface to go in you is going to die. And that's the purpose of us using the Dettol. Okay, because, and the same with like Summer's Eve. Okay, Summer's Eve is more like a freshener and a pH balance. Okay, but Dettol actually kills the bacteria that could be surfaced on your vagina to go inside your vagina. Okay, and a Jamaican woman taught me that. You know, I'm big with the Jamaicans. I love them. They love me. You know, I hung out with a lot of them throughout my life, and they've given me things that can actually help me live. You know, so that's why I always show them a lot of respect. They always tell me that I have their blood. I don't know. I don't know, but they take to me, I take to them, you know, and they teach me, I teach them. You know, we teach each other and love each other, and that's the way it is. And I found out once I started using that Dettol that I wasn't getting no type of infections. I haven't physically had a yeast infection. Well, I know one of the reasons why I haven't had a yeast infection is because I haven't been wearing them tight old jeans. Okay, I even though I love my jeans, okay, being big and wearing jeans causes a lot of excess sweat down there. So I got away from wearing jeans for a long time until I lost weight. Okay, and this is why I need to get my body weight back down so I can wear jeans. Jeans are so thick and it doesn't breathe. You know, just like with the spandex. You know, people talk about the women wearing spandex, but they're breathable, okay? And that's the thing that people don't get. You know, your skin has to breathe, okay? Your holes have to breathe. Just like your mouth have to breathe, down there got to breathe as well. You know what I mean? You can't leave it all tied up for, say, 12 hours of a day, and it hasn't breathed, and don't think you're not going to have an odor, okay? After it can't breathe. And I mean, I'm just giving it to y'all the way I see it. So we try to buy clothing that's breathable. However, we miss the look of the jeans and how they fit and everything. But they were actually bad for us, you know, because it wasn't allowing our bodies to breathe. So now they're starting to make jeans that is spandex to help, and cotton to help it breathe, you know. Now with guys, they wear their jeans loosely, so they can breathe. You know, they have a way for them to get up under their legs. You know, the air. So they stuff down there won't be all sweaty and, you know, nasty. But for women, we wear our jeans all tight, so we don't get no air down in there. Okay, so that's one of the other reasons why a lot of women used to get yeast infections and stuff like that. If you go to the shelf right now, back in the day when I was younger, you go to the shelf, sometimes it was hard to get some yeast infection cream. Okay, because you'd be like, ugh, they don't have none. Oh, we sold out. Everybody had yeast infections, okay, because we were wearing these tight jeans and these tight clothes. And now you can go to the store right now and the boxes on the shelf is expired. Okay, and this is just the facts. Okay, so this is why I tell people I have to pay attention to certain things. You know, you look at the numbers, you know, of what's been going on in the world before you start just picking up anything and just start using it. You know, if it's a product that's off the shelf, we know it must be good because everybody's using it. But if it's a product that is expiring or the dates are close, people not using it, either it's not good or the need is not called for. That means people are taking care of themselves better, so we don't need it. Okay? Uterus cancer. The numbers for uterus cancer has went down tremendously, people. It was big when I was coming up. And this is why I'm throwing this out here with y'all about the yeast infection creams and all of this stuff. Uterine cancer was big back when I was growing, okay? And when I met this doctor I was telling you about, he had to put me on to why these people have uterine cancer, Okay? So, uterus cancer. And when he broke it down to me, it made sense. And then when I go back to it again, and I can't tell you everything he broke down to me because I don't remember exactly how he broke it down. But the main objective was nothing should go in your vagina but a penis. Okay? Or when the doctor is checking you out. Okay? Cleanse naturally. Okay? People that cleanse naturally, they don't have an odor. Okay? Anything you don't wash for a couple of days, of course, it's going to get an odor. So don't think because you cleanse it naturally that you don't have to wash down there. Okay? Because you still got to wash. And a lot of women get away from that. You know, been getting away from washing their butt. You got to wash. Okay? Because it hasn't been breathing. So it's going to smell or have an odor. And you smell you first. So just wash before you hit the streets, you know, or you go around other people. It's nothing, 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, 2 minutes to go in and freshen up, you know, and that's what I call it, you know, a freshen up sometime. You know, you could join, took a shower, took a bath. Sometimes you just got to go freshen up, you know. It is what it is. This is part of life. But this is what this doctor taught me. And he said, I guarantee you, if you do what I'm telling you to do, you're never going to have an odor and you're never going to get uterine cancer. He said, don't use no Tampax. Now, my mother, she never really used tampons, I meant to say, tampons. However, I never saw her using them. But I used to use them because, you know, other people would tell me, hey, use these. You know, we're going to the pool or we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Use this. And I would never use a tampon, okay, after he told me, you know, the things that these tampons can do. And it's sitting inside of your body, moist. And it's blood. And if bacteria is in your body, sitting for a certain amount of time, it can grow on your uterine wall, okay? When he taught me these things, like that's why I said, this can get into a whole deep conversation. I worked at the hospital, so he took things a little bit more serious with me, explaining things to me, you know, because he saw me every single day and he wanted to make sure that his girls were good. You know what I mean? The ones that he did like. So he broke these things down to me, you know, the things that he's learned in medical school. And that's why I said, shout out to him. I love him so much. He said, I guarantee if you do the things that I'm telling you, you won't have a smell. He said, you can use one of them outer cleansers or whatever, like, you know, no soap, but like a feminine wash or whatever, and you're going to be fine. And he was right. He was right. Okay. I had a boyfriend that was like, I don't never smell you. And I'm like, because my doctor taught me how to do this thing, you know, and I had to, not pat myself on the back, but I was like, it's working when he taught me, you know. So girls, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, ladies, women, you don't need all that stuff. Cleanse your body on its own. You understand what I'm saying? Eat the right foods to cleanse your body. It's simple. And like I said, anything that you don't wash that sweats every single day, it's going to smell. So you wash and the smell should go away. Now, if your pH balance is through the roof, that's because your pH balance in your body is through the roof. Something is not right. So you got to revise what you're eating and you will get that balance eventually. Work on yourself and invest in yourself. And that's the key. So you can prevent a lot of these things. And one of them is cancer. Okay. Just like we walking around with masks and gloves and everything for COVID, you have to do the same thing for cancer because this thing is real. It takes people out of here. Okay. So y'all have to pay attention to that. Invest in you. You know, take the time to learn your body. Every single person's body is different. And what may work for one person is not going to work for you. So you have to work it out, you know, and that's the way we work it out. By testing different things, seeing what works for me. You know, okay, this cleanses my body good. I've been noticing that my skin is absorbing the body wash. And that's another thing. If your skin can absorb the body wash and people can smell you, then your system is pretty much clean. Okay? Have you ever walked past a guy that just took a shower in some, say,